Welcome to another edition of Sportswire Island, our oasis away from COVID-19, where we can still talk sports and they still exist. Well, the athletes still do. One of them joining me, Emerson Aiken, star pitcher for Glen Allen Softball, rising senior. First and foremost, Emerson, how are you and your family? You guys healthy?
We're all healthy right now. My parents are actually both, my mom's a nurse and my dad's a firefighter. So kind of on the front lines of it all, but we're hanging in there and we're healthy and happy.
Well, that's good to hear. What is it like having mom and dad? I mean, they are the most essential of essential employees right now.
Mhm. Yeah, they both love their jobs and they want to be there for their patients, and there's world doesn't stop when all this happens. So they like their jobs and we're hanging in there.
Unfortunately, sports has stopped, and I feel for you. But you're a rising senior, so this isn't your senior season. But I also, obviously feel for seniors on your team. Tell me about a couple of players on your team that are missing out, unfortunately, on this their senior year of softball.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for the senior class. We have a great group of athletes. We have Carmen Betts. She's our starting shortstop. She's amazing. She's going to Tennessee Tech. And then we have Hannah Crabtree. She's one of our studs in the outfield. And we also have Emily Barron, who's another one of our outfielders. And then we also have Kayla Reed, who is a great member of the team.
And I remember Carmen Betts she was your clutch hitter when you guys needed runs. You normally just needed one or two when you're on the mound, but she would deliver in the clutch big time, and Crabtree as well. I do want to talk about you, however. You just recently got news that you've been nominated for the Gatorade Player of the Year award. Tell me about how that went down and how excited you are to be in the running for that.
Yeah, it came as a surprise to me, actually, and I'm so honored and so humbled for the nomination. It's kind of been a strange turn of events this year since we don't have stats to base it off of other than last year's and travel stats. But anyways, and regardless, I'm so excited just to be nominated and be part of the process.
Watching you pitch was nothing short of special. Over 20 strikeouts against Prince George in one game alone. What's the secret to your success when you go out there?
I think I just try to stay composed as much as possible, stay relaxed. I know that all the hours and hard sessions of practice that I've put in are backed up behind me. So I kind of just fall into the moment and just trust what I know I have.
I talk to a lot of pitchers, and it's one of those positions where it's really easy to overthink a batter and your approach to the hitter. And anytime I've seen you dealing, you just straight out, it seems like you deal. You don't look to try to paint corners or any of that. You go right at them. That being said, what is your arsenal of pitches, and what's your go-to?
Right now, I mainly am sticking to four. I have just kind of been working on my drop ball a lot and perfecting that. I also have my changeup, my rise ball, and my curve ball. I'd probably say that my rise and my change are two of my deadliest and ones that I can definitely rely on. I think all of them I can rely on because I've worked so hard for all of them, but those are two that I turn to a lot to get strikeouts.
How important is it to your success that the batter not see the ball until the very last second? Because I know whether you're a softball pitcher or a baseball pitcher, that can really work in your favor.
Yeah, just not letting them identify any ticks that you have, anything that you can do that differs between pitches, try to eliminate that. You don't want them to have any hint of what they're going to be receiving before it goes past them. So we do our very best in practices to look at anything, any weight transfers, any small muscle glitches that they might see between pitches, and we try to make everything look the same just in order to keep a level playing field.
One game that you did finish, though, Gloucester came calling, and you guys needed everything and then some. And, I mentioned Carmen Betts getting big-time walk-off hits, but it seemed like sometimes you would have someone else, maybe even unexpected in the lineup, produce a game-winning hit, and you kind of had something going on in that one.
Yeah, that's what's special about our team. Everyone can come through. Everyone can come in clutch. we have certain girls that we depend on a lot, but everyone can surprise you. And we have a great group of girls that work really hard, and they can produce in moments like that, which I'm really proud of. And I'm really proud of my team for those moments especially. And yeah, I'm just really happy for everyone that produced in that game.
If everything gets back to normal next year, how does your team stack up, and how can you use the momentum you had a year ago, even with a year off here, to stay sharp and to stay on top?
Yeah, I think we have an awesome team every year. No matter the cards that you're dealt, you can always make something amazing out of them. And if we put in the amount of work that we did last year and do that into the year to come, I think that we have a very good shot at going very far next year, especially with how determined everyone is and just get back on the field. I hope we can play for this season as well as next season.
Now, a lot of gifted athletes, regardless of what sport they play, normally wait it out until junior, a lot of times into their senior year, to make a decision on where they want to play at the next level if they're good enough to do so. You made a decision and a commitment earlier than most. Tell me about that.
Yeah, softball is a special game in regards of recruitment. It actually, when I was going through my recruitment process, I was getting looks as soon as seventh and eighth grade, and I knew girls that were committing then, which is it's kind of incredible in my mind. I can't imagine committing at that age. But it became a problem in the softball world, and girls were committing before they even knew what they wanted. And the NCAA actually put a new rule in place that you can't do anything until September of your junior year, which I think it's a great rule, I think, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I went through that entire recruitment process, basically from seventh grade all the way until now. And I did find my home at Michigan earlier this year. I committed right after the beginning of the school year.
Well, I'd like to end it with this, and you kind of going full circle here. You kind of have an experience that most student athletes don't, when both parents still have to work on the front lines during this time of, are we quarantined? Are we reopened? How are we reopening? What's going to happen? But in your case, it doesn't matter. Your parents work regardless, and they're out, like you said, on the front lines. So out of all the negative that we hear about dealing with this pandemic, what's the one positive that you have?
Hmm, that's a good question. I think that this whole thing has actually brought me a lot closer to my family. I know that a lot of people that I know feel the same way. Before all this happened, everyone has their own things going on. You have school, your sports, people have their jobs, so everyone's kind of in different places. And while my parents still be at work, my sisters are now home from college, so we're all together. And I think that's one thing that has been a positive out of all of this, just getting to actually spend time together. And I'm very appreciative for that. Um, and yeah, I hate being away from my friends and from my sport, but if we can look at one positive of this, I think that it's that opportunity to be with our family. And also, I've been able to get more work in because I'm free from the school day. So I've been working out a lot more, which I enjoy.
That's true. Absolutely. That's true. Well, and it also gives you time to work on that drop ball or sinker style of pitch there. And oh my goodness, if you perfect that, you're in for a really special season. Not that you need one your
It's
senior
gotten
year.
pretty good.
Going pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope to see you out on that mound sooner rather than later.
Me too.
All right. Take care, Emerson.
Thank you. Bye.